we can start now.
Sure.
Oke.
Boleh, Ra.
Okay, I think we can start, Fanny.
Sure. Fine.
All right. Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, Binusian and alumni. How are you guys today? I hope that you're all safe and healthy wherever you are now. And first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Faisal, or you can call me Pai from Global Employability Entrepreneurship Alam Sutra. And my friend.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Stephanie. I'm from Alumni Relations Binus Senayan.
Okay, and we will be the MC for our seminar today. And welcome to International Seminar, 8 Jobs for the Future with Northumbria University, Newcastle. All right, so today's agenda, we have opening speech from Ibu Della as Entrepreneurship and Employability Entrepreneurship Section Head Binus JWC. And then the sharing session, and then we have lastly we have Q&A session. All right, so maybe we have something to note to all participants, Fanny.
Yes, of course. Before we start, we have some notes for all participants. First of all, if you have questions, please write down on the chat box, or you can raise hand if you want to talk directly. Second one, please change your display name with the format name-name. And for those of you who watch from YouTube, you may also ask questions from the live chat, and don't forget to fill the attendance form. And then last but not least, at the end of the session, we'll have the evaluation form that you need to fulfill for your SAT requirement. So now, please welcome Ibu Della as Section Head of Employability and Entrepreneurship Center, Binus Senayan, to give opening speech.
Thank you, Pai. Thank you, Fanny. So hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to today's session. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Della. I'm from Global Employability and Entrepreneurship Center in Senayan campus. Here with us now, my team from GEE, also our speaker, Mr. Win, and his colleagues from Northumbria University. It is a glorious moment to extend my gratitude or wishes and warm wishes on behalf of Binus University. I want to convey also my gratitude for accepting the invitation and collaboration over this seminar. So before we begin, I would like to thank all of you, students and alumni, who sincerely committed to this event. This event would not have been impossible without the support of each and everyone present here. So I ensure the seminar will be profitable and fruitful for everyone here. Without further ado, I will pass the session back to our MC. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Ibu Della, for the opening speech. Okay, so guys, before we begin the seminar, please let me share some announcements first for all of you. Like always, when we have a seminar from Global Employability and Entrepreneurship, we always have some little gift for you guys. So I'm going to share a screen. Let me wait. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is for all of you. GIC Binus Alam Sutra menyediakan voucher minuman atau makanan dari Tokopedia for peserta yang tinggal di area Tangerang dan Jakarta Barat. Silahkan mengirimkan WhatsApp ke nomor handphone yang tertera di layar dan cantumkan nama, tempat tinggal, dan juga untuk 20 pengirim yang terpilih akan di-reply WA-nya ya. Ini khusus untuk yang tinggal di area Tangerang dan Jakarta Barat atau Jakarta Pusat. Nah, nanti akan dihubungi oleh GEC. Okay, and this announcement will be also on the chat box. So if you are live in Tangerang or Jakarta Barat or Pusat, you are welcome to join again. Okay, thank you.
Wow, that's very interesting, ya, Fai.
Yeah, this is a little gift for all of you. For maybe we can get some nice entertainment because we are in this pandemic and we are locked down in our home. Maybe we need some food or some drink.
Refreshment, yeah.
Yeah, some refreshment. All right. Okay. Now let's go on to our main topic. So, what is the topic for today, Fanny? I heard this is the 8 jobs for the future. So maybe, maybe if everyone here that's already in the room might wondering what you want to be in the next year after you graduate, or maybe alumni who also joined today. Maybe you want to know what is the jobs that's raising after this pandemic. This is your chance to get to know more about these jobs that gonna be on the future, that gonna be very useful. Yeah, Fanny, yeah?
Yes, of course, Fai.
Okay, so let's pass on to our main speaker today. Okay, so please, Fanny.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. Without any further ado, please welcome Mr. Kawin, Regional Marketing Officer from Northumbria University, Thailand campus. Please, Mr. Kawin.
Okay, thank you, Fai. Thank you, Stephanie and Della. So I'm really happy to be here with all of you today, and I would like to thank all the participants to join our session today. Before I start my presentation today, I would like to ask for your help. I will be sending a link to our Google form, and this is actually for your inquiry. So if you are interested to know more about our program that we are offer at Northumbria University, as well as the tuition fee and scholarship, please feel free to leave your detail in the form. Thank you so much. And I will be sharing my screen in a moment. Just please bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I hope you can see the screen all clear. Okay, all right. So let's get started for today's program. So good afternoon once again, everyone. Welcome to Northumbria University online seminar in collaboration with Binus International University, Employability and Entrepreneurship section. And the topic that we will be discussing today is actually 8 occupations for the future. And before we start today's seminar, may I please take this opportunity to briefly introduce myself and our university. My name is Kawin. I am the Regional Marketing Officer at Northumbria University in Newcastle. Northumbria University is located in the northeast of the UK, and it is considered to be the capital city of the north, and is a key transport hub to the UK and also for Europe. And Newcastle has its own international airport and national rail link, and which make it so easy and convenient for students to travel to Newcastle and to the rest of Europe. And Newcastle is only 1 hour away from London and 3 hours away by train, and only 1 hour and 20 minutes away by plane to Europe, major city like Amsterdam. And Newcastle is one of the best student city in the UK and has consistently been voted as one of the best and most affordable city for students to live and study in the UK. And Newcastle has won the best student city vote 6 times in the past 9 years. And Newcastle is a very beautiful and charming city, and Newcastle Grey Street is considered to be one of the most beautiful traditional architecture street in the UK. And at the same time, Newcastle also have many modern and iconic landmarks such as the Sage and Millennium Bridge. And here are some of the key information and facts about Northumbria University. Northumbria is the 5th largest public university in the UK, and we have over 30,000 students studying with us with around 10% international student ratio. And we are ranked in the top 30 in the UK under the Guardian University Guide 2021, and we actually ranked 27 out of our UK university. Northumbria, we are considered to be a modern university, and we are doing very well comparing to other modern university in the UK. We are actually the highest ranked UK university under the Time Higher Education Young World University ranking in 2020. We can actually offer more than 500 courses at Northumbria University at all study level. So we can offer anything from international foundation course, bachelor degree program, final year entry bachelor degree, a master degree program, or even research and PhD course. And we are running under 4 faculty at the moment, and these are Faculty of Art, Design, and Social Sciences, Faculty of Business and Law, Faculty of Engineering and Environment, and lastly, Faculty of Health and Life Sciences. We also have a very nice and spacious campus that is located right in the heart of Newcastle City, which make it really convenient for students. And apart from our city campus, we also have another campus called Coach Lane campus, which is the dedicated campus for the Faculty of Health and Life Sciences. And Coach Lane is only 15 minutes away by bus from our city campus, and we also provide free shuttle bus service for students to travel to and from Coach Lane. We have amazing campuses and first-class facility that make us one of the biggest and the most advanced and exciting university in the UK. We always invest for the future and recently invest over £52 million to further develop our campus and build the two new state-of-the-art buildings for School of Computing and Information System, and also for the architecture and built environment. Northumbria University, we have over 200,000 alumni across the world from 175 countries. And this gives our students and our graduates a very good global connection and recognition around the world. We also have world-famous alumni like Sir Jonathan Ive, former Chief Design Officer at Apple, the designer of the iconic, world-changing Apple products such as MacBook, iPhone, iPod, and iPad. Now, I would like to start our presentation today by showing you this interesting video about the latest iPhone 12 Pro.
A singular new design, a re-engineered chip, and 5G. This is iPhone 12 Pro. The vertical band is precision machined from stainless steel. The ceramic shield on the front is tougher than any smartphone glass. And tighter borders allow for even larger Super Retina XDR displays. 5G is set to change the world with radically faster speeds. The hardware and software have been optimized for the best 5G experience. A14 Bionic has a smaller 5nm transistor, which pushes the most powerful chip in the smartphone generations ahead. A new and improved Pro camera system makes the 12 Pro the photographer's iPhone. The larger iPhone 12 Pro Max takes these innovations even further. Its bigger sensor dramatically increases the detail captured and helps improve low light performance by 87%. The custom-designed LiDAR scanner puts advanced depth mapping technology in your pocket. You can now take a night mode portrait and unlock a new world of possibilities for augmented reality. iPhone 12 Pro smashes the benchmark for highest quality video in a smartphone. And the movie industry can now count on it as an essential piece of equipment. It is the world's first device able to capture, playback, and edit 10-bit HDR footage with Dolby Vision. iPhone 12 Pro comes in 2 sizes and in 4 finishes, including New Pacific Blue. An integral part of this year's design is MagSafe, an intelligent system of magnets that connect accessories in a whole new way. All this and more make iPhone 12 Pro the most powerful iPhone ever.
Well, not to worry. I'm not trying to sell you the phone or anything today. What I really want to demonstrate here is that technology, especially with mobile phone technology in this case, have been developing and improving at an incredible speed. And taking this new iPhone 12, for example, it can take the photo and video with the same quality as the high-end digital SLR camera. You can even edit the video on your mobile phone now without the need to transfer to PC or using any complicated software. And it can also be used to shoot high-quality cinematic style video even with Dolby digital sound, something that you will normally need a much bigger and more sophisticated and more expensive equipment to make this possible in the past. Let's pick up your mobile phone now and think about how many things the phone can actually replace for a moment. Well, it could clearly replace a newspaper now, right? High quality digital camera, video camera, dictionary, music player, voice recorder, television, novel, notebook, train and bus timetable, alarm clock, ruler, pen, pencil, wallet, map, GPS navigation system, fitness tracker, and many more. It's funny enough though, if we have to carry all this in the back, I think it might weigh over 32 kilo, right? And this is exactly what technology do for us. This is what we call dematerialization. So it's the new concept that is meaning that you're trying to use less to produce more. But the problem is that technology is not only replacing things, right? That is not the problem. The problem is that it can actually replace your job as well in the future. Think about this. Mobile phone application and stock market trading application can to a certain extent replace the need for bank teller and broker. Hotel and booking application like Traveloka, Agoda could to some degree replace traditional travel agency. YouTube can replace traditional TV station now, as it allows everyone to just create their own content and post on YouTube channel, right? And release any content that they want. Lazada and Shopee could potentially replace traditional shopping mall and retail worker very easily. Uber and Gojek application can replace traditional taxi, or to a greater extent, it can even replace taxi licensing authorization in a bigger scale. Mobile phone application like LinkedIn now becoming to replace HR recruitment company very easily. Tinder application, the most famous dating application, can replace traditional matchmaker. I'm just kidding on this one, but it can actually replace matchmaker though, I think. So what career would be best for your future then? Based on our research from various sources and most recent future job trend, here are the 8 of the most interesting emerging occupation for the future. The first occupation that I would like to discuss and share with you today would be renewable energy engineer or renewable energy specialist. Why would a career in renewable energy will be important in the future? Well, as you all know, resources are something that is limited. And experts actually predict that fossil fuel that we are using now, such as coal, oil, natural gas, which is the main source of energy that we are using at the moment, will be running out in the next 50 or 100 years. And this is why people start to seriously seek for alternative energy resources that is actually cheaper, better for the environment, and more sustainable in the longer term. A really good example and evidence of this would be the development of electric car, hybrid car, or even household solar energy farming that is becoming more and more popular these days. Experts actually agree that renewable energy will not only be the alternative source of energy in the future, but it will turn into the main source of energy that we will all use in the future. Wind turbine engineer, solar power engineer, and hybrid energy engineer are three of the fastest growing and most in demand area of renewable energy industry these days. And the recent LinkedIn 2020 emerging job report have actually predict for a career in renewable energy and energy management to grow rapidly through the year 2026. So what can you study at Northumbria University to start a career in the renewable energy sector? We have a really excited postgraduate program called MSc in Renewable and Sustainable Energy Technology, which is directly related to this work area. And the program will actually focus on all aspects of renewable energy, such as solar power, wind power, ocean power, hybrid energy, as well as energy management. You will need to have a background in technology, science, construction, or engineering to join this postgraduate program. Before we move on to the next occupation for today, I would like to ask all of you to participate in a quick survey today. And the question for today's survey is, which mobile phone application you use the most often or spend the most time with over the past 7 days? I will give you all 1 minute to provide your answer in our quick survey, and you can just simply put your answer in the chat box. And just send it to everyone in the chat box so we can all see the answer. Okay, so I start to see some answer here. Google, some say YouTube, TikTok. I think we have a lot of answer here, right? Instagram, I like that also. YouTube, okay, Pinterest. YouTube again, Instagram again, Google, Pinterest, TikTok. Okay, that's interesting. Twitter, Netflix. Okay, wow. So okay, right. YouTube. Okay. Okay. Right, time is up. Okay, so I think the most common and popular application that I think Indonesian people use nowadays would be YouTube, TikTok, right? And Instagram. I guess that this would be the most popular application that you are using now. Okay, so moving on to the next occupation of the day, it's actually IT business analyst and data business analyst. Why would IT business analyst and data business analyst be a good career for the future? Well, data is the new gold now. It's becoming a tradable commodity. And many businesses also earn a large amount of income from selling customer data this day. And a really good example of this would be a credit card company and mobile phone shopping application like Shopee and Lazada. Have you ever wondered how can Shopee and Lazada can survive when they compete with one another so heavily and giving out a lot of discount code and free shipping code to their customer? Well, the answer is that they are also selling and earning additional income by selling their customer data to a market research company. And the data that gathered can be sold at a really high price. And it would give the buyer a really deep insight into consumer behavior in different geographical locations. And if you would remember a survey that I asked you all to participate a moment ago, yes, I can actually sell that data to the market research survey. But don't worry, I'm not going to do that today. Business world is actually changing very quickly now and becoming increasingly competitive these days. And in order for business to get the edge against their competitor and becoming a market leader, there is a really high demand for a person that can actually predict customer need and foreseeing business trend and able to interpret data and make effective business decision from the data. And this is exactly why career in IT and data business analyst would be so important in the future. So what can you do? What can you study to pursue for a career in IT business and data business analyst? And at Northumbria, we have several programs that would give you the skill and knowledge that you would need in order to work in this interesting area. For example, we have a master degree program called MSc Business Analytics and MSc Information Science Data Analysis. So these two programs are really interesting. And for example, business analytics, we can actually accept students from business background, right? And for people with IT or IS or computing background, we can offer MSc Information Science in data analysis. Okay, moving on to the third occupation of the day. I would like to discuss with you about this interesting occupation, which is digital marketing specialist and social media manager. You might find this one a little bit obvious. Honestly, social media and internet has become a major part of our life now, from the moment that you wake up, right? And I'm really sure that a lot of you start your day by checking your phone for Facebook status update and scrolling through IG story, or having breakfast while watching TikTok, right? I do that every day, right? So I think we all do that now. So traditional media like newspaper or even television and radio has becoming obsolete now. And it's actually proven to be not as effective. So it's really ineffective, especially for the newer generation. And as the digital era continue to develop, we are relying on digital media and e-marketing more and more each day. Business need new generation marketing personnel and staff that have this understanding and the ability to handle and utilize digital media campaign effectively, and actually always update themselves to the new trend in social media and e-marketing. Digital media, digital marketing and campaign manager is actually listed in the top in-demand job based on LinkedIn Career Report 2020 and 21, with the total of 860,000 job opening worldwide in one single year. So it's massive job opportunity in this sector now. And what can you study at Northumbria to pursue for your career in the digital marketing as a digital marketing specialist? For master degree program, we have a very good MSc program, master degree program in digital marketing. And apart from digital marketing program, you can also study design program like communication design to be able to work in the digital marketing field. Okay. And to be able to work successfully in the digital marketing specialist or social media campaign manager role, you will need to have a good understanding of each of the online marketing tool and know how to manage them effectively and efficiently also. Otherwise, you might end up like this encyclopedia publishing company here.
Peter, come take a look at this.
Mr. Daniels.
Mr. Daniels.
Look at this. What's this?
The numbers, they keep getting bigger and bigger.
The clicks are off the charts.
Yeah.
Yoshi, it's Walter. We're back.
Yes, sir.
I need more trees. More trees? I'll get you more trees.
Hey, take a look at wood pulp.
Well, everything you got on wood pulp right now.
He really loves that thing.
Well, having kids myself, I know that pay-per-click advertisement is not really a good idea now, and it can be dangerous. My 3-year-old son almost ordered himself a toy this morning. So moving on to the next occupation for today, it's actually healthcare manager and healthcare professional. Well, you might find this one to be a little unusual. But the career in healthcare manager is something that is growing really quickly now. And many experts actually agree that it will be even more important in the future. But why? Imagine this though. In 2010, Indonesian census found that the number of people aged 60 and above was at 18.1 million, or around 7.6% of the total population. And this number is predicted to increase by 33.7 million, or 11.8% by 2025, and reach 48.2 million, or 15.8% by 2035. The other article from Jakarta Post actually showed that the average life expectancy of Indonesian national is currently at 71.9 years old. And this actually increased from 45 years old in 1945. This is what we actually call the trend of aging population. And this is something that is happening everywhere in the world. The trend of aging population, coupled with COVID-19 pandemic that is happening now, have created a very high demand for healthcare worker, and also create a lot of new business opportunity and many health-related products and services. For example, a luxury style resort aged care nursing home, self-evaluation help tool, and even mobile medical consultation application like HelloDoc and Grab Health, where you can actually seek for medical consultation from the qualified doctor on your mobile phone at home without the need to physically visit the hospital. So, what can you study to start your career in healthcare manager or healthcare professional? Well, apart from practical program like nursing and physiotherapy, we also offer a very interesting master degree program in healthcare management as well. Okay, moving on to the next occupation of today is actually artificial intelligence engineer or artificial intelligence developer. What is artificial intelligence or AI? AI is actually the theory and development of computer system that's able to perform tasks that normally require human interaction and cognitive skill, such as visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, and translation between languages. AI might sound like something that come out of sci-fi movie and kind of far from our reality, but it's actually not like that. Think about self-driving car or train, auto parking system, AI camera function on your phone that can actually recognize object and change camera setting automatically. Chatbot that reply message for you when you visit the website or when you want to buy something from the internet. We are actually using AI in our everyday life without realizing it. Last night, I charged my phone before I went to bed, as usual. And I woke up at the middle of the night around 2 a.m. And I checked my phone again, and it's actually showing the message on the screen saying that the AI system on my phone actually recognized that I'm not normally using my phone during this hour. So it's managed to stop my phone charging itself automatically. And it said that it will resume to charge my phone again at 5 a.m. in the morning just to save my battery life, right? So this is really amazing, isn't it? So it's actually learned the AI system on my phone actually learned my habit and it's know what I'm gonna do. So it's actually adjust itself automatically to save the phone battery. So this is to me really interesting. And AI will actually transform global economy in the future, and AI jobs are in high demand now, as it's predicted to deliver some of the most significant innovation in the century. And McKinsey Global Institute actually predict that there will be a large number of occupations that will be replaced by AI by the year 2030. And advanced AI technology can actually replace skill occupation, not only non-skill occupation, but it can potentially replace skill occupation as well. And a very good real life and actually a scary example of this would be a Japanese insurance company. They are using AI to handle claim application now, and if they can actually replace claim officer, and 30 employees were out of job immediately because of the technology that they employ. And the company productivity actually increased by 30% after the introduction of AI. And they are saving over 140 million yen, or around 1 million pounds a year, using AI technology in the claim department. So what can you study and be ready for a job in AI field? At Northumbria, we have a really interesting and innovative program called MSc in Artificial Intelligence.
Autonomous driving started. Turn left turn.
We're riding the back of an autonomous truck. It's about to take a left turn into oncoming traffic. So their sensors...
Intersection clear. Left turn.
It's accelerating on its own, it's braking on its own, it's steering on its own. The trucking in the United States is like a $700 billion a year industry, and it employs 1.8 million people. Thus far, it's been pretty immune to the changes of globalization and technology, but that's about to change with technology like this.
Left turn. Entering highway.
There's an operator here, there's a safety engineer here, because they're still experimenting, it's still kind of in development.
Speed limit 65.
Have you put your hand on the wheel at any point? Not at all. This is like a pretty complex traffic situation. There are cars merging, there are cars passing us. This truck is changing lanes to go around slow traffic, anticipating when people are stopping. And honestly, I just like kind of can't believe it. It's driving itself, and it's doing a pretty good job.
Right turn.
Here we go, making our right turn into our driveway.
We recognize that this is a highly disruptive technology on the order of 10 million people, and displacing rapidly that many people would have a dramatic societal impact. We certainly don't want to see that. We're not targeting that. We're focused on relieving a shortage. But what we're hoping is that there will be a natural evolution into the jobs of the future, just as there has been in every other technological change.
What do you tell a trucker?
We try not to tell truckers things, we try to listen.
This is Chuck.
Hello, Chuck.
Chuck runs a company that is developing and is going to produce self-driving trucks that are autonomous, that do it themselves. You guys are truck drivers?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about it?
The truck doesn't have a driver in it. Somebody at headquarters is sitting behind a monitor.
No, there's a driver in there.
No, in the future, when there isn't, once it's fully tested and we don't need to have a driver in
driver
the vehicle.
assist.
No, it's not driver assist. It is purely self-driving.
So like...
Well, so this is a quick video about the self-driven truck that will be in operation soon in the USA. And I think the same trend go everywhere now. We have heard about this at so many places, like in China also. They have the self-driven bus now that will be in operation very soon. So this is a little shocking, isn't it? To see that someone's job can actually be replaced very easily by AI technology that is happening every day now. And the next occupation for today that we will be discussing is tech startup. And let's start here with a quick definition of startup company first. Startup is actually a young company, or it can be also a project founded by one or more entrepreneur. And the difference between startup and traditional entrepreneur is that startup is intended to grow a bit larger beyond their original founder, and intended to seek for funding from a larger corporate and venture capitalists. And the trend of startup is growing really quickly over the past decade, especially for technology startup and financial tech startup. In fact, tech startup has made it to the Fortune 100 fastest growing company list every year in the past 10 years. Example of famous and successful early day startup company are namely Airbnb, Uber, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Angry Bird, and Snapchat. In 2012, Instagram sold their company at $1 billion US dollar at that time. And they only have 13 employees, but they can sell the company at 1 billion USD. This is a really good example of how startup company actually operate. So they are trying to seek for additional fund and investor in the future. Okay, and most startup actually start with a simple day-to-day problem and finding the solution to resolve their problem. And a really good example of this would be Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp they are the founder of Uber application. And their Uber idea is actually coming from the difficulty that they have when they try to find a taxi when they wanted to travel back from work to home. Or Snapchat founder Iwan Spingel came up with the idea of to create chat that can disappear after a while, because he realized that some of the message that he sent to a girl, he wanted to disappear in the future, so he created Snapchat for himself. So it's something that is really interesting now, and it's still a really large growing business area in the future. So what should you do, or what can you study if you want to become the next startup success? At Northumbria, we have a really interesting program for startup, and we are actually ranked number 1 in the UK for graduate startup success 3 years running. And we have a program called MSc Entrepreneurship and Innovation Management, MSc and MA Multidisciplinary Innovation, or MA in project, MSc in Project Management. And these are some of the examples of the program that would equip you with the skill and knowledge that you would need to start your own successful startup company. And moving on to the 7th occupation today is space law consultant and space law specialist. If you have heard of Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, and Elon Musk, SpaceX, and these are some examples of the company that investing in space exploration and project. And their goal really is to seek for the more efficient way for human to travel to space, and actually aiming to colonize the solar system and search for new resources. And if we talk about space colonization and traveling, this might sound like something that is really far away from reality. It's far away from our life really, but this might be more relevant to us than what we might have thought. And think about this SpaceX latest project to develop satellite internet service provider. And if this is successful, we will be able to access internet everywhere in the world using satellite internet technology. So what is going to happen to the traditional internet service provider around the world then? The idea of space exploration and the use of satellite technology actually create a new area of law and legal discussion around the world. Think about this for a second. If we happen to find new resources in the moon, who will have the legal right to own it? Would it be the company that discovered the resource, or would it be the first country that actually put their flag on the moon? This makes space law a really unique and highly in-demand field of study that cover area of study like space property law, like satellite that owned by private telecommunication company or space station, intellectual property law, law governing military activity on air and space, and air and space transportation. Space law actually offer a really good career opportunity. You can work with international law firm, aviation company like Airbus, or government agency, telecommunication company, airline and airport authority, for example. These are the employer that normally hire space law specialists. And if you are interested in this, if you think this is a good idea, we at Northumbria, we have a really interesting master degree in law program that is specializing in space law. So we have what we call an LLM in space law. And a really exciting thing is that you don't need law background to study this program. Students can come from other background also, but they need to show that they have some interest and relevant maybe work experience that is relating to communication or space or aviation, for example. Okay, moving on to the final occupation for today, that is the career in the creative industry. For the final occupation of the day, we will actually not talking about single occupation, but we will instead focus on a group of occupation instead. And this is the occupation in the creative industries. And to begin with, let's look at the definition of creative industry first. Creative industry, or some would refer to it as digital industry or orange economy in some country, refer to business and with creative at the heart, or having creativity as a core of their business. A really good example of this would be design industry, music, publishing, architect, film and television, radio, online content creator, visual art and craft, fashion design, advertising, literature, performing art, and even computer game design. In 2017, Indonesia creative industry actually generate more than 7% of the total GDP of the country and employ around 15.9 million people around the country. And experts actually predict that the industry will continue to grow with the support of the Indonesian government, as witnessed from the Indonesian government initiative, such as the establishment of Indonesia Agency for Creative Economy, or BCRAF, in 2016. Creative industry is not only growing fast in Indonesia, but the same trend can be seen globally as well. On a global scale, the World Bank report in 2020 showed that creative industry create approximately 30 million jobs worldwide in 1 year, and recognize creative industry as a key to sustainable economic growth in the future, especially for developing country and middle income country. And as a modern and creative university, we offer a wide range of programs that will enable our graduate to work professionally in the creative industry. For example, we have a really good school of design. So we offer a master degree program in design, or master degree program in creative and cultural industry management, and MSc in digital marketing also would allow you to work in the creative industry professionally. And these are some of the programs that you might be considered if you want to start your career in the creative industry in the future. So, are you ready to take on tomorrow? If you would like to learn more about our university, please visit www.northumbria.ac.uk. And there are also some scholarship opportunity for Binus University alumni as well. For more information about our program, our entry requirement, please feel free to contact me by WhatsApp or email below. Thank you all for joining me today, and a big thanks to Binus International University Employability and Entrepreneurship Section team to make today's session possible. Terima kasih.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Win, for the interesting presentations about
Very welcome.
The 8 jobs of the future that's gonna be maybe very popular in the future. So Fanny, maybe you interested in one of those studies, maybe, Fanny?
Well, actually, I have interested in the Master of Entrepreneurship, maybe, because nowadays
you wanna make some. You wanna make some business, maybe?
Yes, that's one of my dream, to have my own business someday.
Wow, cool.
What about you, Pai?
Okay.
Well, maybe I'm more in a creative industry because I like to watch film and write something. So I think if I have a chance, I want to go into that industry and learn more about that.
Sure. Cool.
So I think.
Yeah, I mean,
yes?
like on both program are really interesting, really, and to me, the master program in entrepreneurship and innovation management is something that is really interesting, because it's not only teach you to run a business successfully, but it's also teach you on the innovation side, which is something that is really important now. Right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not being creative or innovative now, you're not going to get competitive advantage over the competitor in the industry. So to me, it's a really modern program and really practical program.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah. Since the the situations today is very changing and not very uncertain, so we have to think more how to adapt to a changing situation, right? So it's also impacting the business area, right? So how do we keep on maybe coming into a digital area right now? Okay, so yeah, It's very interesting.
Sure. And we used to be taught in the past to think outside the box, right? But for today's situation, things outside the box is not enough. You have to destroy the box also.
You have to destroy the box and make a new box.
Make the new box. Yes, correct.
All right. Okay, so I think we have some questions here in the chat box already. So maybe you want to
I've seen the first one.
Okay.
Ask questions from the chat box.
Which one?
From Ratvika from Mass Communication Alam Sutra. I would like to ask, what is the difference between the A and S on BA and NBS, or MA and MS? Thank you so much.
All right. Yep. I think I understand what you mean. So in the UK, it's just the way they refer to a program in the UK. So in the UK, for bachelor degree program, we usually refer to the program as BSc, or Bachelor of Sciences, or BA for Bachelor of Art. Okay. So it could be a BSc in a BA in Business Management, for example. So it depends, or BSc in Computer Sciences, right? So or BA in Design or Communication Design, for example. And same go for Master Degree program. Right. So for MSc in, for example, MSc in Business Analytics, for example, so it's Master of Science in Business Analytics, or Master of Art in Design or Communication Design. So it's just the way that the British education system actually refer to a degree. So essentially, it's a bachelor and master degree.
Oh, okay. So it's a bachelor and master degree.
Yep.
Okay. Correct. I hope it answers your questions. Ratvika. Okay, thank you. Now we also have questions. This is regarding the scholarships. This is from, let me see, whose name? From Carmenita. Okay, so she's asking about scholarship for MSc Digital Marketing for international students. So can
Definitely,
we?
Yes. Yep. That would be great. So I think we can talk about scholarship that we can offer to Indonesian students now. But I think it's a good idea to start with tuition fee first. So the sort of tuition fee that a student need to pay for the program. Basically for the master degree program or bachelor degree program in this year, the tuition fee is £16,000 per year. Okay, so it's £16,000 for 1 year. And the best thing is that if you are interested to study master degree program in the UK, which I think in most of the case people, a lot of students here would like to do a master degree program. Master degree program in 1 year in the UK is normally 1 year, right? So for most of the program, there's a chance for you to complete the program within 1 year. Right, so it's really short time. You can complete your master degree, and the tuition fee is £16,000 per year. For the master degree program. And the scholarships that we will offer in this year is £2,000 for the scholarship. Okay, and the best news is that for this year, the scholarship that we offer is actually automatic for all Indonesian students. So if you submit the application to study with us in one of our program, and if you, let's say that if you are qualified for the program, we will issue the offer letter for you, and the scholarship, the £2,000 scholarship, will be automatically included in your offer letter.
Okay, so the 6,000 for
16,000. Sorry,
16,000 for the
per year. The tuition
per
fee.
year for tuition fee, and then you get a scholarship. It's 2,000.
£2,000, yes, correct. So for the 1 year master program, the net fee that student need to pay would only be £14,000. Okay.
Is it?
Yep. And again, we can send you more information about our scholarship that we have, and also tuition fee. So please feel free to just fill in the inquiry form that I sent it in the beginning of the session as well.
Okay, I will. I think we can send it in the chat box again. So maybe for Carmenita, you can fill the form and maybe ask your questions in details about what you want to know in that form.
Okay.
Okay,
I will
thank
send
you.
the link to you. Just I will send the link, the inquiry form link, just once again in the chat.
Okay, cool. Sure. Thank you, Carmenita, for your questions. Next, we have questions from this is from Gabriel.
Gabriel Valencia.
Okay, let me read it. Thank you for the presentation. My name is Gabriel Valencia from the Visual Communication Design major, and I would like to ask about what are some of the most important things to consider before taking master degrees, and is it suggested to take some time off to gain more experience before trying to earn master degree, or is it better to continue right away when an opportunity is present?
Okay, this is actually a very good question, really, and my answer would be both way is actually good. Both way would give you the benefit in different way. Okay, if you are to decide to move on to your master degree program right away, that's also good, because that would enable you to gain additional expertise. Okay, just to give you example. If you completed a bachelor degree program in visual communication, right? Let's say that if you join a master degree program in digital marketing, right? What that would give you would be that the program would expand your capability, right? And the sort of career prospect that you will get will be much broader, right? So you will not restrict yourself for being just a designer, right? The digital marketing program, for example, would help you to expand broaden the capability and career prospect a lot broader. So you can work in the digital marketing agency, or it will also help you to be a better designer also, if you understand the marketing side of it, right? So it's complementary in a way. So that is the benefit of taking the master program right after graduation. But if you want to work 1 or 2 years beforehand, the benefit of that might be that you might relate to your work experience with your study better, right? So that's I think both way is good, right? But to me, for myself, I actually chose back then to study my master right away after bachelor degree, and not only that, I want to expand my capability. I also worried that I'm gonna be too lazy to join master degree program afterwards, so I just study everything in one go.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but that's only myself though. So I mean, like it's good and bad, but to me, I think it's a good idea now, because if you think about this, for someone to take a master degree program in the UK, that would only take them 1 year, right? So it's a very short time. And if we think about the benefit that the degree would give you in terms of job prospect in the future, I think it's a good thing, right? So I would encourage you to consider continuing your study to master degree program.
Okay, so it depends once again to your situation again, how you want to choose it. Both ways is have benefits, but if you have the opportunity right now, why don't you just take it the opportunity, right?
Correct.
So
Yes.
and like Mr. Win said, maybe if you take it later, then maybe you're already getting involved in your work, love work so much, and you want you're too lazy to take the study, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's also another questions from before. So if you want to take, for example, something in maybe masters in creative industries, do you have to have the proper bachelor degree, or you can accept from any kind anything?
Yep. For the creative program, like MSc Digital Marketing or the Cultural Event Management and Creative Industry, and all those programs, we wouldn't restrict students. So if students come from design background or business background or communication related background, we can take the student onto the program, right? And This is actually a very good point though, because one of the message that I would like to deliver to our student now would be that you don't restrict yourself to your own study area, right? So I mean, like if you, let's say that if you completed your bachelor degree program in engineering, that doesn't mean that you have to do master program in engineering, right? There are actually so many possibility, and we have a what we call a conversion master program for you to actually study, right? Even if you're coming from different background. So for example, someone with IT background or engineering background could actually study a master degree program in international business management. That is possible, right? Or even digital marketing program, that's also possible as well, right? There are only certain program that we would ask you to have the relevant background, like design program, for example, right? If you want to do master program in design, you're supposed to have a bachelor degree program in design, because otherwise the skill set is not there for you to do the master program efficiently, right? But for many programs, we can actually accept students from different background also. So don't restrict yourself. You can always have a check with us, right? So you can always contact me, and we can see the possibility. But trust me on this, there's so many programs that we can actually accept students who coming from different background.
All right. So if you have maybe you want to ask more about is this bachelor degree is okay to continue to this master degree, you can ask Mr. Win right away.
Yep.
And you can also write from the form that Mr. Win
Sure.
already shared in the chat box.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So our team will help you to find a suitable program for you, right? But I think this is I love to mention this all the time, because a lot of time students would normally restrict themselves, right? They thought that they have to do the same, but it's not. That's not the case at all.
Cool. Okay. On to the next question, Fanny.
Next question, I will read from Muhammad Naufal. Well, Mr. Win, you said that healthcare will increase in future. Does HaloDoc or other healthcare applications will replace the role of doctors in clinics or hospitals? Does this indicate a decrease in the performance of a doctor with only an online platform for consultations about health and medicine?
Okay. This is also a really good question. And in my opinion, I don't think I'm not going to say that technology will replace doctor. It's not going to be like that. But it will change the way doctor operate, right? It will give alternative to doctor consultation. Definitely we still need a lot more doctor, right? And I'm sure that there's so many shortage for qualified doctor worldwide. Not only in Indonesia or in the UK or in Thailand. The shortage of qualified doctor is actually everywhere, right? So we still need a lot more doctor and nurses. But I think what the application or the technology would do, it just would change the way we interact, or the way that the doctor would do diagnostic or consultation. It would actually help in that sense. And just to give you a really good example now, at the moment, I think globally with COVID-19 pandemic, the use of application has been increased a lot, right? Partly because the doctor are in many countries, doctors are very busy now taking care of patients from COVID-19. And also partly from the fact that some patients that not getting infection, right? They are hesitant to go to the hospital personally. Mm-hmm. So they if only minor sickness, if they got a minor sickness, they would prefer to use all this technology instead of going to the hospital. So technology help a lot in this sense. So my question is that it wouldn't reduce the role of doctor. We still need a lot of doctor and nurses, but I think it would make it more efficient and effective in terms of communication and in terms of like consultation. The method of consultation between doctor and patient will be changing from now and in the future.
Okay, I actually agree with Mr. Win, because I think many people right now are hesitant to go to the hospital to get checkups, or maybe want to ask something and they don't know where to go, where to ask. So there's this health, like HaloDoc, health applications that can help us to interact with the doctors by in our home. So this is actually a very nice innovation. So we can go to ask questions to the doctors, and then without having to go to the hospitals. But yeah, it will never replace the doctors in the hospital, because again, you have to get a full checkup, because some health condition might need you to get proper checkups from the doctors in the facilities. So I think it will just change how we interact in a general way.
Yep.
Okay.
And the program that we have, I think the program that I mentioned earlier, MSc Healthcare Management, and this is also very interesting because it's actually essentially the management program, right? But it will teach you how to manage operation for healthcare product and services. Let's say if you work, if you are to work for pharmaceutical company, right, or being in a management position in a hospital. Right, so it's really interesting in that sense, because it's not about hands-on like a nurse or physiotherapist. It's not like that. So it's more on the managerial side in managing product and services within the healthcare industry.
Okay, so like there will be a management in a hospital, something like that.
Correct. Yep. Or like cell engineer for a medical product, or like pharmaceutical company, for example.
All right, so I hope it's answered the questions. And we have another question from Aswin Tendeas. This is regarding the LLN, the space law. I think we want
space law. Yep. Sure, definitely.
Can you explain more what the space law and how it's already applied today?
Yep, it's already applied today. Yes. I find this program really fascinating, and to me, at first, I have exactly the same impression. Is this applied now? But the answer is yes, and in a really great deal in the world today. So basically, the program is called LLM. So it's Master Degree in Law, right? And specialization in space law. So basically, what I mentioned before is that for this program, the beauty of it is that we don't require students to have a bachelor degree program in law. So you can actually join the program even if your first degree is not in law. Okay. So what I mean is that the program is if you got a bachelor degree program in law, you can still take the program. But even if you're not, you can also take this program as well. If you have relevant experience, let's say if you work in aviation industry or in communication industry, so we can also consider you to the program. And what this means, what the program is all about, it's actually a law program essentially. So we talk about legal concept and law, especially international law. That is governing space exploration. And not only that, because if I say space exploration, we'll go like, oh, it's so far away from us, but it's not. It's also governing communication, right? Satellite, air traveling, right? Because imagine from our head to the roof and to the sky, there are certain limit of height, right? That, okay, this height will be your country, right? This height will still be Indonesia. If it's higher than that, that is international air, right? If a plane to fly over, right, would you have a permission to go over certain area, right? So this is basically what space law is all about. Okay.
Okay.
So and another example is that satellite navigation, satellite, right? Nowadays, many telecommunication company, they send satellite to the space, right? For many purposes, for internet purposes or data storage or anything at all, and it's treated to be property, right? So we are talking about property law here, right? So if we think about that, then you might go, yeah, it's actually more relevant than our life than what we might have thought, right? So for you to study the program, your career prospect would be with a lot of company, possibly Telenor, right? Telecommunication company would hire you to be a consultant. Okay, I mean, if you have a first degree in law in your country, okay, you might be able to work as a lawyer in this area, right? But if you're not having the first degree in law, you can still work as a specialist or consultant in this field, right? So you can still do that, right? So you can work for a telecommunication company, right? In writing the, let's say, contract, right? For the satellite, right? Or it can be even with government agency, right? Let's say that if Indonesian government want to build something to the space, there might have to be a contract between Indonesian government and other company or other private company that helping, right? So you can write a contract for intellectual property in that sense, right? So that's why I'm saying that it's actually closer to us than what we might expect at first, right? And if we think about this, there will be a lot of opportunity for you in the future as well in terms of job prospect. So to me, I would recommend this program to someone who first have a bachelor degree in law, and then if they want to expand the knowledge and capability, okay. Second, for the non-law degree student, if you work in telecommunication, like let's say that if you work for telecommunication company as the technician, for example, right, you might benefit from the program also.
Okay, this is very cool. Yeah, very interesting because the space law is actually like maritime law, but instead of ocean or sea, it is the space. So maybe in the future, it's not just about what in the space of nearby of our Earth. Maybe next time on Mars, maybe if we have already moved to Mars to another planet, so it's maybe in the space law also, right?
Or cool. Another good example is that if you, let's say that two telecommunication company, right? If they have satellite on the space, what if it's crashed, right? Who gonna deal with it, right? It's that sort of law. So
okay,
yes, it's a very interesting and interesting area though. I mean, if you have all this knowledge, that would put you in a very unique position, really.
Okay, right. On to the next question, Annie.
The next question is from Julius Johan. I'd like to ask, nowadays, virtual reality is on massive progress, and a lot of industry has already tried to develop towards integrating virtual reality into their works. Do you think future jobs will use virtual reality too? And in what ways? Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Yes, definitely. And virtual reality to me is more relating to both design and also AI also. It's actually a relevant area of study. And I think the application of it, we can mainly see in architecture, for example, and building, right? There's a lot of virtual reality that is used for architecture and design, or even design company. Like you can design some building, right? And you can actually get your client to make a tour with virtual reality before the building is actually made, right? So that's and also that would save a lot of trouble for the construction worker and construction engineer also. Okay, so to me, I think virtual reality is actually augmented onto many different field and area of study. And even for our program at Northumbria, we have a program called MSc in Master Degree Program in Construction Project Management with BIM. Okay, so Building Information Management. So kind of part of the program will focus a little bit on that side also, like how can you use sort of virtual reality or building information just to get the engineer to come in together and have a look at the project visually before that is actually been built for real. Okay, so it can actually be used in many applications, but yes, I would agree with you that virtual reality would be another interesting area in the future.
Does it need the background of architecture since the bachelor degree, or?
I mean, like for there's so many possibilities that you can learn about this virtual reality. Like I said, that is really went to not only one specific area of study. Okay, you can look into design perspective and study the like communication design program, right? Or you can look into the architecture side of it and use the architecture program and software to do this. like CAD program, for example, right? So there are many different aspects, right? So like I said, that is actually augmented onto different study disciplinary. So it's depending on your background, though, right? But you can get to learn. I think it's more on technology side and software, right? So yes, definitely. I mean, like if you're interested in this, we have to talk more about what area of study you are involving in, right? And from that, we can, let's say that if you are in the construction, like civil engineer and all, then I would recommend you to consider something like construction project management program. And part of the program will be dealing with that also.
Thank you, Mr. Win.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we have another questions. This is from Richita. So what are your thoughts on psychology major for the future? Thank you.
Okay. Yep. For the future, the way that I look at it, apart from the clinical psychology that we all know of, I also look at it in the application program or application point of view also, right? So you might confuse a little bit of what is the application. For example, at Northumbria, we have a program called MSc Psychology. Okay, our MSc Psychology or master degree program in psychology, it's not a clinical program. It's more on the application program. So what this means would be that you don't need to have a background or bachelor degree in psychology to study this program, right? Because it's not clinical. You're not going to be a psychologist doctor after this, but it will be more on application, okay? And what I mean by application is that, for example, let's say that if I got a bachelor degree program in design, I'm a graphic designer, right? Or if I have a bachelor degree program in marketing, I'm a marketing specialist. I can actually take a master degree program in psychology or master degree program in psychology and gain a lot of benefit from it, right? For example, as the designer, right? You need to understand how your client or how the viewer would think and feel about your design, right? What color would make impact on their perspective, right? What color would make them feel warm, right? What color would make them want to buy the product, for example, right? Would orange impact people psychologically in a good way for food product or not? Would orange color make them feel like they want to eat something? Or would blue color would make them don't want to eat something? This is all psychology in a way, right? For marketing, let's say that if I'm a marketing specialist, I would use this knowledge for application like consumer behavior, for example, right? I can use this for market research purpose, for example, right? So that is the area that is actually the program in a nutshell. So the program will talk into a basic of psychology, like people cognitive thinking, how people remember, how people think, how people learn, for example, right? So that is the core idea of the program. And then you use this to apply to different area of work that you are to do in the future, or you use this to apply to your prior education background, right? And it's really good program. It's a really good program. It is a really practical and it's unique, really. And if we talk in this way, you will see that it will benefit a lot of people by doing the program. So yes, it's a master degree program in psychology. So that would be my take on psychology, though. Like it's not gonna be in the past where it's less strict to clinical, right? To learn psychology. Now it's more applicable, right?
Okay.
Teacher also, if you have education, another good example is that if you have education background, you can take the program also, or even mass communication student, right? How to communicate better with your client or target audience. You can use the knowledge that you learn from your master degree in psychology to apply to your work also.
Okay, so we can apply this psychology into more field in the future, like in the marketing, in the design, and so on. So it's very actually it will be very future proof, I guess.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Okay, so we have another questions. Fanny,
Another
from
question
Natasha.
from Natasha Elizabeth. What month does academic year usually start in UK? Due to pandemic, would the new international student be able to learn on site or would it be online classes?
Okay, that is also a really good question, really. The intake, let's talk about the intake in the UK first. The main intake for UK university is in September, right? So the program will mainly start in September. However, there will be some master degree program that we could also potentially offer in January as well. Okay, so for all program, September is the intake, and for some program, we can offer in January as well. And for this September intake, we are actually plan to offer to return to face-to-face mode for September intake, and this is simply because of the situation, the COVID-19 situation in the UK is pretty much under control now, because the vaccination program is running very effectively. We have to be honest that we can see some number of cases in the UK, but if you look at them now, it's very normal now because 86% of the population in the UK have taken first dose of the vaccine, either Pfizer or Moderna. And especially for the younger age group, like under 40 years old people in the UK, they are taking Pfizer and Moderna vaccine. Okay, and 86% is a lot. So they cover quite a large number of population in the UK now, right? So that is the plan of the university, though, to return to face-to-face teaching this September intake. However, having said that, we still look at the situation in the future also. So should there be any things happening before September, I mean, like if the situation is not good, or if it would be dangerous to student to do face-to-face, definitely we will find solution for student. And in the past, we offer like blended teaching method to our students. So we do part of the program online, part of the program physically. So we will consider that definitely, because at the end of the day, student safety is the first priority at Northumbria. So we will monitor the situation, right? And we will adjust the mode of study to make it more suitable for the situation, right? Yep.
Okay,
and,
so
and one other thing that I would like to add on, though, since we mentioned about vaccine, international student can also take COVID-19 vaccine in the UK, and it's for free. Okay, so as long as you get the student visa and enroll to study in the UK, once you arrive in the UK, you can register for a vaccination program. Okay, and basically you get exactly the same vaccine as the British citizen, and you have exactly the same right with the British citizen. So student who joining us in this September intake, they can actually register and take the vaccine in the UK.
Okay, because I heard also, it's very nice because I heard the Prime Minister Boris Johnson said he would leave all the health protocol in UK. Yep. Is it that right?
Yep, correct. Yep. Letter this one correct.
And
it has been slowly lifted, slowly by slowly. Yep.
Oh,
but they will end all restriction. They will end all restriction in soon at the end of this month.
Cool, because the students can study on site in the campus, and because I see the campus of the Northumbria is very big, and it's absolutely bigger than Binus, right? Funny.
Binus also really big. Yes, but we have a really big campus, really big. And the best thing for me is that our campus in Newcastle is located right in the middle of Newcastle city area, right? So if you would imagine a really big campus that is actually built in the city, it's so convenient, right? You can go to class, and after class you can just go for shopping, right? The shopping street,
right?
Yeah. The shopping street is only like 2 minutes away from the campus, right?
It's a minute walk.
Yeah, it's only 2 minute walk away from the campus. You can reach the really big shopping mall and really vibrant shopping street. Okay, and accommodation also really close to the campus. So it's really easy life in Newcastle. You can wake up in the morning, walk 2 or 5 minutes to the campus, finish class, you can go shopping. It's really relaxed. Really easy.
It's very interesting.
Wow.
I think funny. You are you interested? You maybe next year you want to take?
I'm not sure why, but it's really interested.
Yep.
Very, very. Okay, so the next questions. I think we can share the evaluation form because it's already 2:55, and while we share the evaluation form, we have still one more questions.
Yeah, sure.
So maybe Mbak Ira will or Kak Ayu will share the evaluation form for us. Okay, so this is from Jericho Rinaldi. Yeah. So what your opinion in space industry beside the space law? Will it viable to us for jobs or businesses opportunity in our lifetime?
Yeah, I think apart from the law side, I think we would look into engineering, perhaps, or IT, right? We will look. I think it's more toward that side, either engineering side of it, and like it can involve with mechanical engineering or aviation engineering, or IT, and AI also involved with space and industry also, the use of AI and computing, right? So yes, that would be my opinion though, that space law is one thing, yeah, but put that aside. If you are interested in a career in that relevant area, you might consider to study engineering, like aviation engineer, or even like IT program, like computing program, because definitely they would need some programming for that as well.
Okay, so I think
Is it also applicable for airlines industry?
Yep, correct. Yep, airline industry and all. Yep.
Okay, I think we have another questions. Let me check first. This is from okay, this is from YouTube. We have viewer from YouTube, Eugene Hugo. Hi, sir. My name is Eugene, majoring in business creation. I'd like to raise the questions: how to use data, big data management efficiently for decision making in the fields of sustainable business.
Okay. Yep. So it's more so that question, I think, is really went to what we refer to business analytic. Okay. So for someone to learn about business analytic, right? Essentially, we will look into different aspects of the work of the job in business analytic. So we look into software, right? For example, like we look into the technical side, like software, how to use the software to digest the data, right, and coming up with the business decision. So we look into trend predictor, right? So we look into trend as well, right? For example, like we could evaluate customer data and turn it into trend analysis, right? So yes, that would be about the business analytic and the application to the real world, right? So we look into that. We look into data and how we can turn that data into meaning, right? Into the meaning, or into something that would help you to resolve problem, right? Because essentially it's all about gaining access and fixing problem to your customer at the end of the day.
Okay, this is very interesting. And I think that's all the questions from our participants. And I think this is the end of our session, Pani.
Maybe for Mr. Win, if you don't mind, can you please share again your email or
okay, sure.
Okay.
So maybe the students or alumni can contact you if you don't mind.
Sure, definitely. So what I do, I will put my email in the chat, right? And please feel free to drop me any question if you have. Yeah.
So maybe for the alumni or students who are graduating soon and you want to take the opportunity to study in Northumbria University in Newcastle. So you can ask Mr. Win in this email. It's already in the chat box.
Yep. So you can contact me at both emails. So you can contact me to my personal email and also to Thai office at northumbria.ac.uk as well.
Cool. Okay. Anything else funny?
I think that's all. Bye. Thank you for all the participants.
Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
thank you for all the participants. And before we close, we want to take a picture together. So for all the participants, if you can turn on your camera, please turn on your camera, and we're gonna have some pictures. Thank you very much for Mr. Win and
Thank you so much, Mr. Win,
Thank you so much.
for your
Mr. Zed.
sharing for us. It's very insightful for us. It's very interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting because like I just knew about the space law here. Very cool.
Space
Okay.
law, the artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that's very right. Okay. So is everyone already turned the camera on? I will take the screenshot. Wait. Oh, and don't forget, there is also the best questions winners.
Congratulations.
Congratulations for all the winners. You can see on the chat box. Please
Send WhatsApp
message to Kak Ira before 4 o'clock.
today,
Okay.
yeah.
Today. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, please stay smile. I'm going to screenshot this. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, cool. First, and then the second slide. Please keep your smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Cool. We have, I think we have another one. Yeah, the third slide. Okay, stay smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Oh, okay. Cool. Do we have another one? Let me check first. Oh, it's already done. Okay. Okay. Once again, thank you very much to Mr. Win, Mr. Z,
Very welcome.
and Miss Nok and Miss G for attending this seminar today and share all the knowledge about the very future jobs for the future. I hope it will be useful for our students and for our alumni. And I hope we can meet again in another occasion, another event maybe. Thank you very much for all the participants.
Thank you so much.
Too. I hope you all in healthy and safe wherever you are. And see you again. And good luck with your exam because tomorrow is exam. Isn't that? Isn't it funny? Is it? Yes. Is it exam, right?
In Binus 9, I think it's already done.
Oh, Binus 9 already done. Okay, so maybe for another Binus. Okay, good luck and see you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
all.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, I think we